Hey, how's it going, guys? Andy here, back with the 90s Rad. Today, we are going to look at a 1997 Sears Christmas book. This is online. I did this a couple years ago. You guys seem to really like it, so I was like, you know what? Why not do it again? I do want to buy some of these, but I know they are pretty expensive, so we're not going to do that. So I am actually starting on page 217, because that's where the toys and all that stuff starts. So yeah, so let's do it. So I'm gonna kind of go through this relatively quick. I know my last one was like 30 minutes, but yeah, so we're looking at some electronic games. Like we have pinball, we have electronic chess, which is cool, Sea Battle, which is just what's that game called? It's not called Sea Battle, Battleship. It's very similar. This is a electronic version of that, which is cool. Stratego, all that stuff. There's a Bible game, Bible trivia. That's cool, I suppose. And then we definitely had some of these. I know this fishing one, this deep sea fishing, we totally had. I don't know if we got it for Christmas or where we got it. Or it might have been this bass one. I'm pretty sure we had both. This deep sea right under where it says new, and then the one to the right of that, I know we definitely had. They're fun, you know, especially if you like, you know, checkers, golf. If there's a chess one, a Yahtzee one. Yahtzee was huge in my house. Yeah, so these are things we didn't really ask for Christmas. We just kind of got them. It's like, okay, yeah, those are cool. So these are things I don't know if they still make these today. I feel like they do. I know the Tiger Electronics are kind of back, but these were always cool. They're always fun. So especially if you like board games and if you wanted just like a little pocket version of it, they're fun, and they're about $30, which isn't too bad, I suppose, considering what all they were. Yeah, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, I'll also have all this linked down below if you would like to check it out. Then we have Connects. Connects was absolutely amazing. So we had tons of this. This and Legos were awesome. I always enjoyed Connects a little bit more. There's a museum in New Jersey. I think it was just the Science Museum in New Jersey that had a whole section just dedicated to like crazy things that people built with Connects, which is amazing. So if you don't know what they are, they're basically kind of think Legos, but like Legos and Lincoln Logs like combined. Like they're super cool. Like you might not be able to see it, but this right here, this hyperspace training tower, that was like a 4-foot tower that you could actually build, which is pretty insane. So Connects are awesome. I'm pretty sure we had the Discovery set. Makes sense. But yeah, these are always awesome. Then more electronic games. We didn't really have any of these ones, any of these Tiger ones. At least not that I remember. I slightly remember this brain board game. I want to say we had that. Pretty sure we did that, and maybe Lights Out, because that one looks really familiar as well. Again, this might not have been something I was like, yeah, I want that for Christmas. Maybe Lights Out or Brain Warp, because like I feel like I had that, or somebody in my house had those. Yeah, so those are always awesome. Which I actually come across the Wheel of Fortune one quite often at like Goodwills, which is pretty cool. And then what do we have here? Tug of War Mania. Oh, that's WWF. We did not have this. We had a lot of WWF, no, NWO, what else? WCW stuff. We had quite a few of that. type of stuff. Nothing on here. This telephone game looks kind of cool. But yeah, we definitely did not have any of this. I lied. This, what is this? Telephone tag? Is that? Oh, no, that's the board game. War music game. What is this? If that's the thing that shoots out the discs, we definitely had some of those. Oh yeah, it just calls it arcade game. Interesting. Interesting. 3D puzzles. 3D puzzles were kind of big in the 90s and early 2000s. We definitely had some. We didn't have any in the Star Wars one. We had, I forget which one it was. It was someplace in London. Probably just like the clock tower or whatever that's called. I forget. But there's Mall Madness, which is awesome. I want to say my sister had that one. Twister, Simon, over here. Hungry Hippos, we definitely had. Light Brights. We never actually had a Light Bright. Not that I can remember anyways. I know my cousin Nicole had one. And anytime I went to her house, we would play it. Guess who? We actually didn't have. Somebody that lived down the road from us had that. But we definitely had Simon. Scrabble, we had that. Operation Life. Gator Golf, I feel like when my little brother was a little bit older, he had one of those. But these are all just awesome. The 3D puzzles were also really hard. So that was cool. And they never really felt, at least the ones we had, unless we just had super cheap ones, they just never felt solid. Then we had some more board games. Goosebumps, which I did not know. Well, I probably knew that there was one. I just never really cared enough, I guess. Which is cool, I guess. That is something I would like to find. Battleship. We have Battleship. Again, 3D puzzles. Not the one we had. Yahtzee. We actually still have our original Yahtzee set. It's not this one. It's one that came out a little bit later, which is pretty cool. Chicken Limbo. I always remember seeing commercials for that. My great-grandma actually had Lucky Ducks at her house, because like all the kids would go over from all the family that lived down here in Florida, would actually go there. Yeah, so I definitely remember that being there. What else? Oh, Bop It. Feel like everybody had a Bop It. Oh, Don't Wake Daddy. I actually found a Don't Wake Daddy at the Boys and Girls Club thrift store. The box is a little beat up, so I was debating if I wanted to buy it. It didn't look complete, but it's like I don't really come across it too often, so it's maybe something I might want to get. That was a fun game. That was a pretty fun game. And then yeah, some Star Wars stuff. So we didn't have a lot of Star Wars stuff, believe it or not. We weren't really super big into it until around like the prequels came out. I mean, we watched them, but once the prequels came out, I personally enjoy the prequels. They're not perfect, but I enjoy them. The Talkboy digital watch, and that's cool. I did not know that was a thing. The Game Com, that's cool. That's something I probably would have seen and been like, I don't know what that is. That looks like hot garbage. And I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but these globes, we definitely have one of these. Those are always cool. I'm pretty sure my little brother still has. It wasn't one of these electronic ones, but it was just a weird globe. It was like an old school one. Pretty sure we still have that. We didn't have any of these toolkits, walkie-talkies. We didn't really have. Mine Trap. I have Mine Trap now. I didn't back in the day. But Domino Rally, that's something I always kind of wanted, because I was like, oh, that looks awesome. Hydro Strike. Never seen that. I do remember Gooey Louie, which was always kind of weird. We didn't have it, but that was always kind of cool. And then Topple. Topple was kind of cool. Basically what you did was you had, it's kind of hard to see, you might not be able to see it, but there's these little pegs, you had to like stack them. I forget exactly how to play, but basically if someone had too much on their side, it would like fall over, and then I believe the other person would just win, which is pretty cool. Oh, no, I was like, oh, we had that. No, that's like a life-size one. We did not have that. We had the toy of that. Definitely didn't have one of these. We had something similar, but it wasn't this one. I also just ate, so I'm like very burpy. Yeah, like these are like kind of like plasticky. We had, it wasn't a full size, but it was something that could turn to a pool table and stuff like that. Yeah, it was similar to this one down at the bottom, just bigger. Again, I wasn't really into like control or RC cars or anything like that. At least not these ones. What are these? Stilt walkers. Yep, did not have those. We didn't have moon shoes either. Moon shoes were always kind of cool. Also, this shirt with this kid on this zip line, I want that shirt. Let's see. We didn't have, I feel like we probably have one of these. We probably got it at like a yard sale or it was like donated to us or something. I definitely remember having something like this, one of these hockey things, which we weren't really big into hockey. Street hockey a little bit, but yeah, not too much. Trains. Cool. I have nothing to say about that. This is what was so fun about it. You could just turn the page and you just be like, nah, nothing. And then you'd find stuff. Like, these were always kind of cool, but we weren't really into those. But yeah, you just turn the page and then you just circle what you wanted. We definitely had one of these. What was it called? The Aggressor. Yeah, we definitely had one of these. We did not use it. Like, almost ever. But they're still kind of cool. Now, these. Yes, kinda. We didn't have these ones, but we had something similar to it. It was the Tyco ones. Which were always pretty cool. Riptide, I always remember seeing commercials for that. This Jurassic Park one is kind of cool. But again, we weren't really big into this one. Or, into these, rather. So, it's like, okay. The Rebound, we definitely had, the Rebound. Anything that was kind of cool, we definitely had. But not too much. Matchbox, I personally wasn't really big into these. I know my stepbrother, both of them, they kind of were a little bit. Or no, those were Micro Machines. I lied, not Matchbox. But those are always kind of cool. Like I said, I know I'm going kind of fast, but kind of what we have to do. Sock and Boppers, I think we had one set, and then we just beat the crap out of each other. And my parents were like, no, we're done. No, no more of those. What is this? Livewire. Action Sound Glove. Did not have that. Definitely did not have that. These. Oh my god. I always wanted these. So right now, I do have one. I have this Blast Pack. Still sealed. Shout out to Andy from Pac-Man Case. He gifted one to me, and I'm never getting rid of it. But I always saw these. I'm like, oh, these are awesome. I want one. And now they're just, they're so expensive. So expensive. But they're so cool. They look awesome. They definitely had that, like, out there 90s Nickelodeon vibe to them. I still want one. I want them all. Nerf guns. We definitely had Nerf guns. We had Super Soakers. Those are always kind of cool. We mainly got those maybe for like our birthday or just randomly during the summer. Because in Florida, it gets hot. It gets hot. Great Adventures Castle! We 1000% had that. We had that for so long. So long. Like, it was insane. Man, I probably had that until I was in like 7th grade, not gonna lie. Then we got rid of it. But by that time, we probably threw it away because it's like broken, missing the doors. The door for the moat, or to get into the castle, that was definitely broke. We lost all the guys, all the cannonballs, all those. But these were awesome. These Fisher-Price sets are amazing. I kind of want to get one. I've actually come across one of these. But it was just too expensive. And it was like super dirty, missing stuff. I'm like, nah, maybe some other time. But yeah, this is something like when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have circled, but it would have been like a gift for all the kids because we're all about the same age. Mask toys. We love the movie The Mask. I actually really enjoy the cartoon. I think it's kind of underrated. I feel like it doesn't really get, that credit it deserves. But we definitely had, some of these toys, which was always awesome. But these Ghostbuster Extremes, I loved Ghostbusters Extreme. This Ecto 1, I wanted. I remember, it was the Ecto 1, and it was the Plasma Blaster. These two I wanted really bad. There's a point where my stepmom and we went to Toys R Us, and I saw one, and I was like, "Ooh, I really want this." And it's like I had like money from like my birthday or something, and they're like, or I was getting money for my birthday, and we came back like 2 weeks later. They're all sold out. They're like, "Yeah, we're just not. We don't have any. Sorry." And I was so disappointed. So disappointed. But Ghostbusters Extreme, awesome. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. It was good. I remember it being really good. Hot Wheel stuff. We had a little bit. It wasn't too much. We had a lot of Hot Wheel cars, but not a lot of the tracks, which was fine. But these are always cool. Again, more Nerf stuff. Nerf was always cool. This one, what is that? Common Link 2. Never had that, but that looks cool. This basketball hoop, we had something similar to it. It broke super fast. Which is always fun, I guess. My parents loved that. TMNT toys. And WWF toys. This stuff. 1000%. We definitely had some of this. X-Men stuff. We had a little bit. We had Spider-Man. We definitely had Ninja Turtle stuff. We didn't have this one. This was a female Ninja Turtle, which we did not have. We did have some of these WWF toys. Not the ones that are listed or shown. But we definitely had some. Again, Spider-Man, definitely had this. Definitely had this one. I don't remember who got it, but this Spider-Man car, we 1000% had. I don't remember where we got that from, though. But we definitely had that. That was always cool. Unless it was our friend Vlad. Maybe. I'm not sure. He always had a bunch of, like, awesome toys. Yes, Power Ranger stuff. We definitely had the Golden Power Staff. 1000% had that. One of us did. I don't remember if it was me. Again, we had 6 kids in our family. One of us definitely had this. We definitely had this Megazord as well. We 1000% had that. Oh man, I love this. Okay. For one, I love Power Rangers. Power Rangers is awesome. BT dubs, like, go back and watch it. It's great. But yeah, we definitely had this. We didn't have any of these ones. We had some of these Star Wars toys, but not too much. Power Rangers Zeo was great. Underrated. Super great, though. Again, more Star Wars stuff. We had some, but we didn't have a lot. This was when Star Wars, it was regaining popularity because there was, like, the prequel movies coming back out. I mean, they're always kind of popular. But, like, this was a couple years away from, you know, the prequels coming out. So, yeah, they're always cool. Again, we didn't have them, though. Spawn, we definitely did not have any of these. But my friend Vlad, his dad, had a whole bunch of, like, Todd McFarlane toys. He had them, like, hanging up in his bedroom, and it always kind of freaked me out. So that was cool. But yeah, we did not have any of these. We didn't have, like, the zombie one or the disgusting designs. We didn't have anything like that. Batman stuff. Yes. Yeah, so this, no, we didn't even have that one. We just had the actual toy of it. But these are always super cool. I love seeing these commercials. Because, like, a lot of the Batman stuff, especially around, when would this have been? Batman Forever? Or Batman and Robin, I believe, or Batman Forever. I always get those two mixed up. But they always had their toys looking super, like, futuristic. And I was like, oh, they're so awesome. So awesome. I don't know if it was Robin or Batman, but one of them had, like, this green, see-through, like, arms, I believe. I don't know if we'll be able to find that. Definitely didn't have any of this. Okay. This, we 1,000% had. The Illuminator. Basically, they're just light-up footballs and basketballs. We had the football one, we didn't have the basketball one. But they're just awesome. So cool. We always played night football. It's typically Sunday nights, because we would do that. We would eat dinner. Actually, let me go through the whole day. We would go play football, or go skate, go do something, hang out with friends, play a little bit of video games. We would eventually end up outside, come home, eat dinner, do chores, whatever. Then we would go back outside, probably around like 5. And we would just skate, play basketball, catch, whatever. And then all the kids from our street and the next street over to like the right of us would just come over. Even some kids that lived a little bit further down, if they were hanging out with one of our friends, we'd all have a huge nighttime tag football game in the street, and it was awesome. And we would do stuff like this. This way we could actually see the ball. It was so sick. Okay, so I finally found the video games. It was basically at like the last page. But yeah, so these are PC games. We didn't really have a lot of PC games. We only had one computer, and it wasn't that great. It was a weird like IBM computer, if I'm not mistaken, that we got from our grandma. Was it IBM or was it NEC? It might have been NEC. Maybe it was both. I'm not sure. But Pajama Sam, we didn't have that, but some of my friends did. Same with Putt Putt. So I'm not like super nostalgic for those. But we had like stuff like, you know, Jumpstart, Roller Coaster Tycoon, stuff like that. But yeah, so those are always cool. Next, Nintendo 64. So, I think this is when we got our N64. It was from my aunts. Because we got Super Mario World 64. I think we got 007. I think we got 3 games. I know Ocarina of Time wasn't out yet, so we didn't have that. Man. It might have just been those 2, or it might have just been Super Mario 64. I'm not sure. But we did eventually get that. We got Killer Instinct, Wave Race, 007. Star Fox. We got all those. Believe it or not, we didn't have Mario Kart 64. We actually had Diddy Kong Racing. But N64 with a controller, $169.99. Nice. And then people want to complain about about games being $70 now. Super Mario 64, $75. $75. $75. Yep. Yep. Shadows of the Empire, $80. Killer Instinct, $80. Star Fox, $80. 007, $80. Mario Kart 64, $75. It was expensive. At least the N64 stuff was. Also probably why it didn't really sell as well as they wanted to. I mean, it sold well, but it wasn't as popular as some other stuff. Yeah, more games. Clay Fighter, we did not have that. We didn't have Doom either. We had Turok though. $85. 85. War Gods, $85. Yep, War Gods is really fun though, and so is Turok. Yeah, so we definitely had some of these games, not right away, because that would have just been way too much. But that's probably why we didn't have that many N64 games. We probably had like 10, if I had to guess. Then Game Boy. This is also probably why we got Game Boy stuff. Because Game Boy stuff is always cheaper. So we didn't have a Game Boy Pocket. We got the DMG. Probably around this time, if I had to guess. If not, it was 96. But we definitely had a DMG. And no, we actually probably got a little bit later, now that I'm thinking about it. We didn't really buy Super Nintendo games. We had one. We didn't really buy it. I know my older brother had Super Mario RPG. He had a lot of RPGs for Super Nintendo and PS1. Like, a lot. But even Super Mario RPG for Super Nintendo, $75. Like, kind of expensive. Game Boy games, they were cheaper. That's probably why we got those. Like, $30, $40. Way better. We didn't really have a lot of Game Boy games. We had Pokemon, which obviously it wasn't out yet. But yeah, we had Pokemon, we had Contra Alien Wars, super underrated. But yeah, it's just nice to go back and actually look at the prices, because when people start complaining about $70 games, we look back and we're like, oh, Super Mario RPG for Super Nintendo was $75. That's $75 back in 1997. So in today's money, that's over $100. So imagine that being like the norm for video games. So yeah, and then what's next? Oh, more. Okay, cool. We did not have Zelda. I was really surprised. We did not have Zelda. I remember us having one of the Home Alone games, which I remember being fun. I want to go back. I want to buy it or play it. I'm pretty sure I have it on like an emulator somewhere. But yeah, I remember that. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool. But again, oh, Mole Mania. That's a fun game. I didn't have it, but that was always cool. Then we have, CD storage and cassette storage. Always cool to see. I love me some cassettes and CDs. Then we have PS1. Final Fantasy VII, $60. We definitely had that. That's one of those games, for one, I've yet to beat. I played it for probably about 10 hours straight once. When I was younger. I can't do that anymore. And my memory card was not working. I'm like, I can't save. I got to the point to where Cloud falls through and he's in like that garden. I got to like that section. That's probably not even that far into the game. Then I was like, I don't know what to do. My memory card's not working. I'm not gonna save. Yeah, so again, my older brother had so many RPGs for PS1. It was insane. We had some sports games. We had, Maddens and stuff like that. We had Twisted Metal. We had like Parappa the Rapper. But PS1, same price as an N64. At least in this catalog, which is always pretty cool. So, again, it's nice going back and just seeing, wow, brand new. This is how much some of these games cost. Because, like, I don't know. NFL Game Day, that's probably like a $2 game, $5 game, if that. It's just crazy to think. Crazy to see. Doom, we didn't have Doom. Tomb Raider, we did not have Tomb Raider. Shadow Master, did we have that? We did not. We did not have that. We had Symphony of the Night at one point. I remember that. War Gods, we only had that for 64. We didn't have any steering wheels. Yeah. I did buy Symphony of the Night from GameStop a couple years ago. And by the time I went to play it, it was like a day past the return day. It did not work. I held the disc up to my light and it had disc rot. Couldn't tell. It had very small pinholes. I was so upset. I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. More PS1 stuff. Let's see. Just looking at the pictures, trying to see if there's anything else. I think Magic the Gathering. My older brother was really big into Magic. I don't see anything that we had. Yeah. Then Sega. We had a Sega Genesis, and we only had 2 games. We had Sonic, and we had, I think, Booger Man. Oh, no, we also had Toe Jam and Earl. We had 3 games. But the Saturn wasn't even on my radar. I definitely did not have one. Again, it would have been something I was like, I don't know what that is. We don't want that. But yeah, it's nice going back, and again, just looking at the prices, because it's always cool. Then Barbie stuff. No, actually, that is it. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video. Again, I'll have this link down below. This is probably gonna be another 30-minute video. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know what you guys got for Christmas, or your most nostalgic Christmas present that you've ever received. Let me know in the comments down below. You guys rock. Stay rad. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.